Hey, I'm going to be doing a physical review of the Teenage Engineering OPZ. This is only going to be a review of the physical aspects, buttons and that kind of thing, not functionality. You can read the manual online, or you can watch a lot of other YouTubers describe what it does and does not do. So let's get started. It's gray plastic. The plastic itself feels sort of, it's pretty heavy. It's heavy stuff. When I first picked it up, I was like, oh, yeah, okay, it's plastic. It's not metal like the OP1, but it's not plastic light like a television remote. It has a little bit of heft to it, which is quite nice. It flexes a little bit though. Flexes a little bit. It has a swirly texture to it. Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but there's a Teenage Engineering logo here. It's pretty subtle. It's quite nice. It's tiny. It's shockingly tiny. It'll fit in your pocket, very grab and go. In fact, it'll fit in the pocket. The buttons feel very positive. They click in a sort of a mechanical keyboard kind of way. Very nice. The LEDs are very, very bright. If you're using it in a dark room, they're almost painfully bright. But it'll be good in playing live and that kind of thing. I think muscle memory is going to kick in pretty quickly when you get to use it a lot. And you'll be able to use a lot of the functions without even looking. It's the kind of thing you'd bring on a holiday. You know, it feels solid. The edges are sharp, like really sharp. Like, yeah, I could shave with this thing. On the back there are these rubberized yellow knobs, you know, for when you put it on the table here. You'll be using it quite a lot like this. It won't be sliding around. That's pretty cool. With a pocket operator, you'd use it kind of like here with your thumbs. And I guess you could do that here as well. The encoders glide very smoothly. They're very nice. Never seen flat encoders before, but they're very nice because you can do this. You can sort of slide them around four at a time. You can't do that with knobs. Now, I know there's a lot of comparisons to the OP1. The OP1 is sort of metal and very sort of heavy. It feels really solid. This feels like a little bit more like a toy, but a nicely made toy. You know? And for me, I quite like it. You know, it makes me feel like making music is fun. The expansion port here at the top, they sort of slide around a little bit. Oh, let me show you here. Slide around a little bit. The back plate does as well. And I guess you can actually screw these out and then replace the battery. So kudos to Teenage Engineering for user replaceable batteries. That's really good. The on-off button sort of juts out. And that's the only thing that you kind of think maybe this thing will break when you throw it in a bag or in your back pocket and that kind of thing. The pitch bend button is different from the other knobs or the other buttons. It's more squishy, which makes sense, I guess. Pitch is a squishy kind of thing. It feels really solid. And there are so many functions on this. That's for another review, but there's a lot of stuff in this thing. This is the kind of thing you'd bring on a holiday. It's very grab and go. This thing is more of a grab and slam. You bring this to war. But, sometimes making music is kind of like war. But it can also be playful fun. And everything about this thing says playful fun. I really like the fact that Teenage Engineering said, we're not going to be putting a screen in this thing. We have lots of screens. But I can understand why people, because the screen on the OP1 was so gorgeous and so far ahead of its time. When you see this thing, you think, there's something missing here, And I can understand why people would say, there's missing a screen, But I really like the fact that it's all buttons and colored leaves. Of course, if you're colorblind, you're out of luck. But I quite like it. It feels good. And I'm going to be putting some stickers on here. I'll be doing some tips and tricks and tutorials and releasing some packs. So subscribe or follow along on Instagram. I'm called Nom Chomsky. Anyway, thanks for watching.